yeah, Shekini, oh yeah, Shekini, oh yeah, Shekini, no, no, no. I got the power, me I know the border. I know be footballer, but I sabi do the Ronaldos. I got the power, me I know the border. I know be footballer, but I sabi do the Ronaldos. Take it, Alaji. Take it, Alaji. Oh yeah, show, no wahala. You dey making me go madder, baby go harder. You dey making me wanna craze. Oh today, oh yeah, sorry, wa ba kekere.
Okay, I had to stop. I honestly didn't want to stop because I can't sit there and sit and listen to that song. Oh my goodness! Hi guys, what is up? Episode 4 of El Rebrando, and we are back again with another slamming video. And the vibes are here. You can tell I don't work out because, nah, my god. I'm only meant to use at least 10 to 15 seconds of the song just to get the vibes in. But my god, I have to work out. Exercise is on the agenda. But procrastination has other plans. So for you, what's going on? How are you? As you know, we're always with the rebrand. Always about shaping ourselves, improving my network. My god. And I'm here again, orange faced and red blushed. As always, I did not shave my mustache, so I apologize. But other than that, I couldn't care. But today, you can see the vibe is a little bit different. Why? I got a structure, baby. 2, your girl got nails done. But it's not nails, it's Primark. Big up Primark, always and every time. The broke bitches will know what I'm talking about. She's pretty, isn't she? It is my birthday this week. We have now entered September. So I decided to, you know what, get my nails done. And by nails done, I mean press-ons. Press-ons, because why not? And I want to talk about this because there is nothing more over dramatic and over enthusiastic than a broke bitch with no makeup on her face, her hair not done, her in baggy clothes and dirty clothes, but her nails are longer than usual, which means this is the vibe we're gonna have today. Last week my nails were long, like naturally, but I cut them because I hate long nails. But you know, sometimes fake nails give that extra that extra power, you know? So here we are. That's the vibe. That's what we're going on today. Now, as you can tell by the title, we're doing African Parents, a league of their own. Why? Well, the song, they got the power. You heard it, they said it, we're doing it. That's why the song for today, the vibe of today of this video was Shekini. Oh yeah, Shekini, oh yeah, I'm gonna start again. I need to calm down before I get copyrighted. But Shekini by P Square, I grew up with P Square. I first heard about P Square when I was younger and I went to Africa for holiday and he was just on the TV and I was like, yes. And tell me if I'm wrong, but the first song you heard was Roll It. I don't make the rules, but for some reason Roll It was the first song that I heard, okay? So that's the vibe for today. I feel like if we're gonna talk African parents and me growing up in an African household in a Western country, I thought the vibes had to be Afrobeats because I feel like it would be disrespectful otherwise. So that was the vibe. This is the vibe that we have set for today, okay? As part of my rebrand, like I say, I have a structure. So with every single video, because I've noticed I have this pattern of just being a fangirl of everyone. I shouldn't recognize it as an issue or a concern, and I should actually embrace it a little bit more. So now that I've established the vibe and what we're talking about today, I thought I would deep dive into my fangirlness to the point where I would call out the boss baddies and babies and bitches of content creator space, depending on what I'm talking about. Sometimes I'll have someone, sometimes I won't. But I feel like in this instance I do. I have two people, content creators, YouTubers that I feel that I just want to take a moment to appreciate, because I feel like the internet is already as toxic as it is, and my entire life I've always tended to look on the bright side of things. And I've always been optimistic. I've always been this bubbly girl. That's just who I am, and I always tend to put as much positivity into the world as we can, and the internet could use a little bit of positivity, don't you think?
A little positivity might go with that vest.
Now, so I've talked about this girl before in one of my earlier videos, but I feel like she needs a proper introduction. So my first boss bitch baby is DebyOscar. DebyOscar is a TikToker, comedian, actress, skit maker, and she is by far the funniest people I follow. She's hilarious. I love her stuff. She makes skits from her first day as a hitman, to her first day as a sugar baby, to her first day as her latest as a model. Like, all these things are so funny. Plus, she does some hauls if you're interested in hauls, and some wig also hauls. But she's also really inspirational by talking about her weight loss journey and all the things that I love about her. She's just funny, she's good vibes, and I want to spend as much good vibes across the internet as we can, because that's what we can do. The internet was made to bring people closer together, and so far 2023 is drifting people apart, and it's a very toxic place. So let's just make our little area a little bubble of sunshine where we can have some fun vibes. Everything can be yellow with the mellow, and honey with the dewy, you know what I mean? Yeah, so DebyOscar, exclusively for you. Appreciate you, I appreciate you, and we love you, and you should go check her out on TikTok and on Instagram. That's where I follow her. She could have other platforms. I'm pretty sure she would link them in her bios. The second person that I want to call out in the most best way possible is SamSpedy. This man is the king of African skits. I can't come here on YouTube talk about African parents without talking about African skits. Would I be okay? Are you the crazy? Are you the mad? Why would I do that? Why would I not do that? This guy is the king of African skits, and I salute you. There you go. There you go. There's your praise. This guy is a YouTuber. He does mainly skits on YouTube, African skits of being in an African household. He poses as not just his mom, not just himself, but also his dad. He poses as Baba Ojo and Mama Ojo and Ojo and the Ojo, in the Ojo family, and you can find all his videos on YouTube. He is incredible, and you can see basically his build up from his very early skits to now, where he's an actual king, where he makes content quality fun for all the family. And if you're there with your parents, maybe have a couple of ones in there. I remember my sister and I usually put like our favourite ones up, especially ones that like target our own family in terms of what we go through in a strict African household, which is quite funny, you know what I mean? And the thing about SamSpedy is he reminds me of growing up in an African household. Now, my family are not Nigerian, but I did grow up a lot with Nollywood and with Nigerian aunties and uncles that they met in their workplace, and obviously they instantly become family because everyone black just happens to be my auntie and uncle at this point. So SamSpedy really brings that homeness for me. That reminds me of growing up watching two channels. Not the Islam channel, but Sky Channel 329. SamSpedy is the Sky Channel 329 for me, and I love it. Okay? So guys, please check him out on YouTube. He's also on Instagram. And yeah, I think that's a round of applause for both DebyOscar and SamSpedy. I love you guys, keep killing it, and you are in it.
It's their Mars who?
You make me tap into my African sides, and I appreciate that. Oh, I appreciate you, and I appreciate your content. Please keep killing it. You're awesome, you're amazing. The next part, the main part of this video is African parents and basically growing up in an African household, and I'm going to try to say this in the most fun and most comedic way possible, because I'm going to give you guys a little bit of insight. You've heard how African England grew up, you've heard how African parents in America grew up. I'm going to give you the insight to Scotland, because I think a lot of people don't realise that African people grew up in Scotland as well. Like I said in my earlier videos, why do people only think the UK only pertains to England? Scotland exists, and Ireland exists, and the Republic of Ireland exists. Hello? Wales, we know you exist, but technically we really don't care. It's England and Wales. Y'all have you share like the sort of like laws and stuff. We have our own. Ireland has their own. We have boss bitches in that way. We have our own laws regarding education and healthcare. I feel like you guys share. You know what I mean? It's England and Wales, not England, Wales. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. Growing up in an African household, I'm going to tell you just a couple of funny things that I realized were not normal for majority of society. Because I grew up as like the only black girl in school, in high school, like the only black girl that you knew. And it took me a long time to realize why I didn't have black friends. Because I was the black friend. Yay! That's great. But yeah, I was the only African black girl. I had my best friend in primary school and she was North African, so she was from Morocco. And let me tell you, we were like this. We were like this because we just, everything, we were just like the exact same. Except for our skin tone. But other than that, it was the exact same person. So growing up in an African household, it was certainly different because obviously I grew up in a strict African household. And people telling me that I could just say no to my parents was not an option because I valued my life.
No thanks, I choose life.
And it was just weird because like I obviously grew up not like with most kids. I grew up with Disney Channel and I grew up with... Actually, I did not grow up with Nickelodeon. I wanted to say Nickelodeon, but I didn't because, do you know why? I was banned. Oh my goodness, I was banned from watching Nickelodeon, which respectably so, considering the allegations, allegedly. But between the ages of, like just all through primary school, so 5 all the way up to maybe 12, 13, I was not allowed to watch Nickelodeon or any scenes that had kissing in it, which is fair enough, right? But that didn't stop me. I finally did watch Nickelodeon when I was left home alone, but that's not, relax, I'm fine, I'm psychologically fine. But yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch Nickelodeon. That was like a no-go because it was a little bit mature. Even though I was the age for like iCarly and stuff, I would watch that when like no one was in the house and I knew I would be safe enough to watch this. You would think most kids my age were on adult sites, were gambling. No, okay, maybe not gambling, but you know, trying out cigarettes. I was sneaking to watch Nickelodeon. That was my dirty secret. What's your dirty secrets, What was your dirty? What have you done that you can't say no? I watch Nickelodeon when no one's in the house. What? Are you guys not allowed to watch Nickelodeon too? Okay, this is awkward. Now you would think that would end there, like I'm just not allowed to watch Nickelodeon. No! African parents will ban anything they deem necessary and inappropriate for a young mind. They think, because obviously children are impressionable young people, and I get that. But personally, I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. I know what would not be tolerated in an African home. You know what I mean? By a certain age you realise this won't fly here. But tell me why I was still banned from watching Tracy Beaker. I can't be the only one that was banned from watching Tracy Beaker. And the thing is, my parents didn't even realise what it was about. They just saw her be completely rude to adults and tell people to bog off. She wasn't even swearing, it's just her attitude.
Bog off! Bog off, Elaine! Bog off!
My parents were like, no. I remember like the first day that we had her on and it was a case of, what the fuck? What are you doing? Who is this child? It's one of those moments that it's not me. Like see when you see like those episodes, like SamSpedy has like a video on his channel where like his mum is seeing a kid on TV and he's getting all the questions right and he's very, very smart. The opposite can occur. The parent can see a bad child on TV and instead of cussing them out or realize that this is the fabrication of a television show so your child can have some entertainment in her life, they automatically think I'm going to absorb that and be like, yeah, bog off. Like that's not my language, that's not my lingo. That's English lingo, if anything. It's not my lingo. But I remember my mom turned red and she's like, what? She's Swahili, so the finger came out. What? Try it and see. Ayazima. I was so quick, I was like this. And my mom, she was like the pulling ear type of parent, so my ears are like, have like actual indents. Wallahi, I'm telling the truth. My ears have actual indents where she used to pull my ears and I didn't listen. And because her nails was only a little bit too sharp, they would like pinch in and now I have tattoos. What can I say? Rebel. Emo. I love my mom. I can never hate her. It's my life. Sort of vibe. So that was my childhood. childhood, right? So I was not allowed to watch Tracy Beaker, and Nickelodeon was out of the question. Like you couldn't. There was not even a sense of negotiation. You know, when I used to watch Super Nanny as well, which was totally fine for some reason for me to sit with my family and watch Super Nanny, but I couldn't watch Tracy Beaker. But I remember watching Super Nanny, and I feel like when you had like those children and about negotiating and trying to talk to your child, that was never an option for me. It wasn't even something I could discuss. It was like, no. And it was so weird because my parents would love to watch Super Nanny. And I'm just like, but you, how are you, but therapy. You know what I mean? It just didn't make sense, okay? It didn't make sense how they could watch Super Nanny and I could be in the room while they watch Super Nanny, but I could not watch Tracy Beaker. These children would full on smack their parents. I could never. I really could never. I felt like I was in the chokehold because I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go do my homework. That was legit my vibe. I'm gonna go do my homework now. Now, obviously, moving on from childhood, I'm getting into high school. What is it with African parents and becoming a doctor, lawyer, and engineer? What is it? It's just a prestigious thing. Quick question. Engineers of the world. When your parents tell you to go get an engineering degree, what blooming job do you get? I'm not trying to sound cynical or rude, but I am trying to sound cynical and rude. What's your occupation? Unless you work for Apple or make phones or like fix phones and like this common second hand, what do you do? Okay, jokes aside, what do you actually do? Because I'm trying to research. What does an engineering degree entail? Does that mean you can fix anything mechanical? Because I feel like when it comes to things like, you know, your electricity boxes and like your fuses in the house, I feel that's specialist, but not to the point where you need a degree for it. Like in the UK, I feel like there could be an apprenticeship that you could do and they would teach you on the job. I feel like engineering is a learn on the job kind of vibe. Law and doctors, I feel like, yeah. I feel like law should definitely be like that because if y'all don't know, I got a law degree. Yes, I did that. I was on the road. Sorry, let me rephrase. I am on the road to becoming a solicitor. So yeah, take it from me. I did it. I'm actually on that path of perfect child, of give me your daughter, of let my son. Like I'm on actually that vibe. I am basically the person, not to big myself up here, but wallahi, this is a true story. I have had parents compare me to their children.
Not cool.
Now, as much as the children hate being compared to other people, it's not that fun for us either. Because for all of a sudden, in our own family, you're on a pedestal better than everyone else. And because everyone's comparing you to them, it's a bit of pressure.
The pressure is getting worse.
It's a bit of pressure that I don't feel like is necessary. It isn't necessary. I've even had an uncle come up to me on the phone and be like, why are you studying law? You should be in business. Like, I can't even do what people want me to do. They'd rather want me to do something else. Like, okay, let me not lie completely here and say like my parents wanted me to become lawyers. I wanted to become a lawyer in my own right, but I do feel like there was like a certain pressure that I had to be well and get that law degree. I didn't even see that there was another option for me. Because my mom, she wanted to be a journalist. That was her occupation. My aunts, they wanted to do healthcare. And my other aunt, she's a makeup artist, for goodness sake. So it's like really, it's not like they were forcing me to be in this one occupation. It's just growing up, heavily influenced by black TV and wanting to become a lawyer. That's where it stemmed from. But growing up, I never had, it was always law and something. That's where I'm coming from with this. I had law and choreographer, law and a vet, law and a singer, law and an actor. Like, I always wanted to do something and law. But my entire life, I wanted to do something professional and something creative. I wanted to be taken seriously and sophisticated, but I also wanted to be myself. My mom herself has told me, how can you become a lawyer when all you do is smile? I have been in a courtroom, right? And the things that a criminal lawyer has to say in a verbal assault case, yes, it's like, it's rude, it's degrading, it's disgusting, the words that these people have to say in order, like, to other people. You all have to say that with a straight face. I burst out laughing at the word microwave. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm fucked! And I can legit get kicked out by the judge for contempt of court because I decided to laugh. Because this guy called the other guy a slag. Like, what? I can't. But what was the point of this? It had no point. The point is stay in school, get a job that works for you, and make sure you do your homework. You can't have you need to be book smart just a little bit, at least count just a little bit, and just type just a little bit, and just read just a little bit. Before I get to that next segment, Channel 329, because I mentioned it before. Sky Channel 329, that was Nollywood movies for me growing up, right? Where has it gone? I beg it's gone now. I need to know where it went. Because it's not funny. Legit, it was the Islam channel and Sky 329. These were the only two programs that my parents would watch. They only have the Islam channel now. Nollywood, my parents were not big on like the news and stuff because that's just depressing. So Nollywood movies was like their home. That's where they wanted. That's why they love SamSpedy so much, because they don't like his stuff now because it's too modern, and they like The Village. I don't know what that means, considering she grew up in the city, but that's irrelevant. But yeah, Channel 329, Sky, can you bring it back, please? It would be great. It would be great because I quite enjoy that. I understand half of the stuff is on YouTube, but that's irrelevant. Thank you. On to our last couple segments for today. It's the tweet for me. Now in this sort of part, I got 2 tweets because I feel like we should end it always on a positive note, and always on a reflective note, and always on a comedic note. So I saw this tweet and I thought I'd give you a little bit of a story time with it. So you can see it here, and basically this irked my soul to the very core. Why? Why does this, like, this actually triggers me where I have trauma. My camera's shaking. Okay, she stopped. It's triggered me very core because I have sleepless nights about this. Even though I have passed the exam, I'm out of school, I got the degree, and now I have got the other degree, and now I don't know why I'm still thinking about it. I still have dreams about that. Is it a dream? Is it a nightmare? Is it both? Is it a dream-mare? Could be. Let me tell you, it was a gloomy Tuesday morning, and I was up for the past 2 days studying my back off for the Law for Natural Built Environment exam. Now this is just surrounding things like property, tenancies, things like that, leases. And I studied 2 main things in terms of what could come up in the exam. I studied tenancies and sort of tenants and leases law, and then I studied something else that I can't remember. But the something else that I can't remember is what I answered the question. Even though I was confident in both, I feel like in my core I should have done the other one, the tenant. Why am I still thinking about it? It's been 5 years. Why am I still thinking about it? Like, comment below, what exam do you feel like you should have taken? Let's get it out now. Let's get all our frustrations out now. What exam should we have done? What question should we have done? Because I've never experienced heartbreak. Fuck heartbreak. I don't fucking care about heartbreak. Heartbreak here. But the exam question I should have done? And do you know what else is so really stupid about me? When I was in 5th year biology, 4th year biology, my friend basically had like a practice exam, so we called them prelims. So we had a practice mock exam in like January, but it's the same questions, but her class did them first. And she gave me like one of the answers. Tell me why my prideful African ass decided not to use her answer. And then when we got our marks back, because everyone got C's, my teacher gave us a fucking lecture about the fact that why none of you guys got it right. Why the fuck did I not put down her answer? It's not even like I didn't trust her, I did. I had it in my mind, but I still didn't put the fucking answer down. My god, this was like 8 years ago. I need therapy. But I help sponsor. Love you. But yeah, why? But why? It's a problem. Comment below what exam question should you have done but you didn't, and did you pass or fail? Let me know. So now we got our last tweet for me. Now this one I feel like I said, we need to end reflectively and maybe positively, because the whole part of the rebrand, as well as my structure, is also to learn a little, to inspire a little, and to make people laugh a little. But this one, because I use tweets, I just feel like everyone on Twitter is one of 2 things. They either want to be motherfucking inspirational and philosophical, or they just want to be toxic and rude. You can't there's no between, right? So I I'm the in-between, effectively. I'm the in-between. I'm the nice one. I'm the humble one. Am I toxic? Yeah, but about myself. I'm not toxic about other people because why do they care? Why should I put that energy out? I don't. So the energy for today is this fellow tweet by @Ahmed on Twitter. Follow her. She does give out really good things that I take in because it makes you think. Let's stop and think about this tweet. Okay, that's it. New path, new energy, new beginnings. Part of my rebrand, I think this is the best way for us to start forward. I feel like the meaning behind the tweet itself, the meaning itself is, this is your time for new beginning. My birthday was this week and it gave me a chance to reflect not just on who I am now, but who Welcome to my bathroom. So, my cheap ass camera decided to cut off at 29 minutes, which means you don't get the ending of that video. Nor am I going to record it because I'm about to wipe my makeup off my face. So, think about that tweet. Follow me on all my socials and I'll see you there. Follow me on my Twitter, TikTok, and maybe Instagram if you want. I couldn't be bothered. I couldn't be arsed if you did. But TikTok and Twitter and definitely on YouTube. Subscribe below and tell me, how are you doing your new endings and new beginnings? Because I'd want to know what's going on. I basically wanted to tell you that in terms of that last tweet for me, have a new beginning, have a new energy, whether it's starting work, starting a new job. I understand that in the UK it's uni season, so you're going to be starting uni soon. Go in, be yourself, suss out the bad energy, get rid of it, and then just go on from there, regardless of what your journey is, regardless of where you are. I apologize if you can hear like my fan going off, but regardless of what stage you are in your life, it's always good to have a fresh start, no matter what that is. I always value my birthday. Like I said, my birthday was this week. I always value my birthday instead of my new year, end of new year as my resolutions, because it just doesn't make sense. I always like to think about who I was before, who I am now, and who I will become. So in that sense, you, the person you are now is the person watching my video. The person that you were yesterday is probably who never knew who I was today. And the person you're going to be in the future is a subscriber. I made a decision for you. So in that case, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully I'll talk for less than 30 minutes and my camera won't shut off. Bye.